Alright, so we're going to have a little bit of fun today. I picked up this mower off the side of the road like I've done with so many others over the years. And usually it's just a few simple fixes and you can turn around and sell them. So initial inspection, you know, I pulled on our ripcord here and we do have compression and all that seems fine. We have oil and it has fuel in it. And the spark plug looks relatively new, and the blade is still on it, and the key isn't sheared, so that's good. But when I looked closer, I noticed, oh, this is kind of interesting, and the carburetor is not hooked in any way, shape, or form to the engine. So anyway, we're going to pull the cover off and get a closer look at this, see if we can't fix it and get it running, and probably sell it. Alright, so I pulled the cover off and I was hoping maybe the carburetor just fell off, but like all things, it wouldn't have been on the curb if that were the case. So we got some zip ties, or someone probably tried to hook this back on. But anyway, I'll get these zip ties cut and we'll get a closer look at what actually is the issue. Alright, so looking at the engine here, we can see that obviously the carburetor mounting bracket had a little issue here where half of it is still on the carburetor and this assembly, and the other half is over here. So what I could do is I could take it off and just weld it up and it'd be just fine, but I feel like that's too easy, and most of you people at home, you know, that wouldn't be all too exciting. So we're going to come up with a real quick way on the fly here to make this work, and I have a few ideas. So let's go ahead and see what I come up with and get this thing mounted back on there and see if we can light her off. So here we are. I scrounged what I could out of the truck and the van, and this is what I come up with. Some of this junk that I never thought I'd ever use, but here we are today. And some sheet metal screws, which I assume came with some gauge cluster or gauge pack at some point. So what we're going to go ahead and do is, this broken bottom piece really just gets in the way. So I'm going to go ahead and take these bolts out and get this out of the way, and then we'll mount some of this bracketry stuff up to various points, and it should hold our carburetor sealed on there nice and tight. Okay, so there's kind of the idea behind the mount. Carburetor's on real good and tight, not gonna fall off. It's got some movement there, but the O-ring's sealed up, so should be good to go. So anyway, we're gonna hook all our carburetor pieces back up here and see if we can get her started. Alright, here we are reassembled out in the grass and ready to fire up. So give her a few good primes here. Hopefully she gravity fed to some degree and filled the float bowl, but I wouldn't be surprised if it takes a few yanks to start her. So try and do this all with one hand. Seems to run pretty good. So just goes to show, you know, you can fix anything pretty low buck if you want to.